Fool me once and it's shame on me, but you know you better tread carefully. Fool me twice, I'm your enemy. I'm your enemy. Run, you better run. Vendetta, run, you better. Vendetta.
I feel like I make more videos explaining where I've been than I do making actual videos on YouTube. So I'm going to give you guys the channel update first. I'm going to upload the Peter Pan Syndrome next. I am working on the YA addiction video the week after Christmas. There's a lot to get into this video, I'm not going to lie. It might be long. I want to get into some of my personal life to kind of explain to you guys what's been going on. I do want to start off this video by saying that this is in no means meant as an excuse. It's by no means meant to point a finger, but it is also to kind of help you guys understand something about my channel, and that is that it is young. It is still in its growth and development phase. I am still trying to figure out what exactly I want to do with it. I'm starting to get an idea. I have like a 3 to 5 year plan for it. That does not include too many hiatuses. This year just was very rough. From what I've seen online, it doesn't look like I'm the only one that's been struck by the 2022 curse. A lot of breakups, everyone's quitting their jobs, nobody's happy. So I kind of just wanted to start off with the update before we get into the other videos for Christmas. I did start a new job, so that's also something I kind of wanted to get into a little bit. I'm going to start by offering an apology for the inconsistency on my channel. It's bad. 100% aware it is bad. It feels very unprofessional. I'm not proud of it. I'm not happy with it. I am trying. I am struggling, but I'm also like very hard on myself because I know that I could be trying harder, but also like my mental health sucks right now. So I'm trying not to beat myself up too much because if I do that, then my mental health is just going to get worse and then I'm not going to get any videos out. Which is why I've put off uploading this video. It's just kind of shying away from the camera and the fact that I failed. The routine was working, and it would continue to work if certain things hadn't been revealed to me this year. If my life was going to continue to be this, and if I wanted it to continue to be this, stuff that I can't tell you guys about, it would work. But it's not, it can't, and I'm not going to do that to myself. So, the first development for 2023, and I'm trying to go slow this time so I don't back out of it, is going to be strictly in-person videos. I hate recording in front of a camera, and I think it's just something that I have to get over. I'm going to level with you guys. I'm not in a good spot right now. I haven't been all year. I wasn't all last year. The only thing that changed is this year I figured out why, and I figured out what I have to do to put myself in a better spot, and it's going to take a lot of work. I do also want to let you guys know that like nothing in my personal life that fell apart was due to anything about this channel. Nothing is tied to any of the comments that I got, any of the hate that I got, none of that. It's whatever. I still take the critique. I still plan on removing like the videos that I made on Jenna Moresi. Those are due for a redo. I will admit I took it too far in those videos. I already made a video explaining that because I don't feel right. Anyway, nothing, this channel is not at fault for anything that has happened this year. that I'm fine with. I'm not planning on going anywhere. I had thought about it just temporarily, but honestly, I think I just need to push through it. As far as the consistency goes, I'm going to avoid making promises. My channel is still growing. It's still very young, and it's in its trial and error phase. I am still trying to figure out what exactly I want to do with it. I'm still trying to figure out where I'm going with this. And since my life is consistently changing, jobs, occupations, motivations, different things going on in the background that you guys don't know about, that means I have to constantly change my schedule. And that is one personal aspect I think I can talk to you guys about. My last job was stressing me out so much. It was stressing me out all year last year. I'm used to working in like the food service and customer service. I got promoted to manager for the first time. And it was a lot of like added responsibility, but honestly, I really enjoyed that. It's just the location that I picked to work for this particular store. The turnover is ridiculous. Even when we had like a strong management team and we had strong people working there, I remember the turnover was so bad. And it's because it's one of those places that doesn't know where it wants to be. It's like restaurant based, but it wants to be fast food. So it's like fast casual. And honestly, I think it's too much. I think that the model personally is just not working for what they want to go with. I think their menu is way too big, and I think that they're focused solely on the sales, and they're losing so many employees because of it from what I've seen. Because that was our issue last winter, actually, was that we were so short-staffed that people were filling in 2 or 3 positions. And it doesn't sound like a much. It's just, well, it's just twice the load. Food service is a little different, especially if you're opening or if you're closing the store, which those were basically the only shifts that you were given if you weren't expected. I'd say most everyone there worked 9 or 10 hours a day on top of having to do all of those responsibilities. And it was a big store. It was a lot bigger than a lot of the other models. The design of it was very different. It was like having 2 buildings instead of 1. The people were great though. I loved working with the people, and we pulled through a lot of tough stuff. I would say that their biggest problem was when you have people that don't do their job to the fullest, who don't communicate, who don't try to get things done, and who don't care about the complaints that they are getting, to the point where they're actually bullying the staff to basically stop talking about it. It creates this really toxic atmosphere. Everyone was at odds. And it got really sour really fast. Unfortunately, it just got so bad to the point where I decided I had enough. I was exhausted all the time. I felt overworked. I felt underappreciated. I felt like I was the only one listening to the complaints from the staff. And it didn't feel like anybody in their positions was really taking it seriously. And after a while, you stop taking it seriously. You just stop. There's no motivation anymore. That's what I'm used to working. So now I'm actually in customer service. I actually have an office job now. Today was my first day. It went really well. I'm super excited. I'm just ecstatic, actually. And but it's different. So I don't want to make too many promises with you guys and be like, okay, so now that I have this figured out, I can do this, because I have no idea what the toll is going to be on a mental strain, on my eyes, just all this other little stuff. I'm already spending so much time on the computer with my writing. I spend a certain amount of time on it for editing, and now I'm going to be doing it full time for work. So try not to make any promises. Theoretically, though, what I want to try to do is upload bi-weekly videos, in-person videos, because I feel like I should be able to do that. I am planning on getting a second part-time job just to help myself climb out of the hole faster than I would otherwise. It's been a really rough year. It's been very difficult. I think some of the stuff online is being taken too seriously. I think some things are being taken seriously enough, and then I think other things are being taken too seriously. And I don't want to be one of those channels that takes things too seriously, especially when I've got all this other more serious stuff, more immediate stuff going on. For now, that is my plan. My plan is to learn about this new job, learn about my schedule, learn about my routine, and configure in the YouTube routine as well as the writing routine. I've been working on, my mental health. I've been working on certain other things to make sure that my mental health is getting better. I mean, that stuff isn't really fixed overnight. And it's just all of the developments that happened this year made it 10 times harder because I thought that I had a plan and I thought I knew what I was going to be doing. And it turns out I was completely wrong and I have to just change it all around. I know I can do it. I've definitely been through worse. But I want you guys to realize that this year is not going to be very consistent either. I think bi-weekly videos are definitely easy enough for me to manage. I'm trying not to concern myself too much with the other factors because a lot of it is out of my control. The only thing that I have control over is me and taking care of my stuff and making sure that that moves on. Maybe one day I'll be able to share with you guys what actually happened this year because I can't talk about it right now. For now, this channel is going to continue to go back to books. It's going to continue talking about the AuthorTube stuff. It's going to continue talking about writing. It's going to be more medium entertainment, which is pretty much what my in-person videos were like anyways. And then, what I would like to do, but I'm not making any promises, in 2024, theoretically, when I am in a decent spot again, I would like to continue doing the in-person videos, but kind of like make them more professional, make them more polished, and more focused on certain subjects. Next year, I'm just going to be talking. I'm just going to be chilling. It's more so going to be discussions. It's more so going to be talking points. I'm just trying to take it one step at a time. I guess that's the one thing that they don't really prepare writers for is they always tell them like, you want to have a good job and you want to, have a backup. And they're always worried about the financial stuff, but it's like they don't warn them like it does take a toll. There are going to be moments when you rely so heavily on your writing that it becomes a lifeline. And then there are going to be other moments where that lifeline doesn't work and you start to wonder what the point is. I don't know. It's definitely more of an emotional art, I feel like. It's definitely a more in-depth art form. And I'm trying not to like lose the love for it. Which I feel like I wasn't really losing the love for it this year. It was just this year was the first time in my life, and I've been through shit. Like I've seen some shit, and it's pulled me through a lot of crap. This year was the first year that writing did not help. It didn't numb anything. It didn't offer any solace or peace. If anything, it just reminded me of how bad things were. Because my stories are so emotionally in tuned, and even when I wrote stories to distract myself, I would just get angry at myself, like, really? Really? So the escapism, it was like staring me in the face, like, you can't run from this. You can't escape this time. You can't use this. So, I was trying to, like, also come to terms with that. Imposter syndrome is pretty real when you base your YouTube channel off of writing, but then you don't feel like writing, or you might hate writing at times, and you might feel like you're just lying to your audience about all of the stuff that you do care about still, but you don't know what's happening. You don't know where to go from it. I think there's going to be plenty of discussions next year talking about mental health and writing. I think that's mostly going to be my focus. I'm still going to be doing like the reviews on the AuthorTube books, but I think I need to like chill out. I had a whole notebook for the Cyborg Tinkerer because there's so much in that book to talk about. I have a lot of stuff to catch up on. This is my first week at my new job and I've got homework. I've got a lot of stuff to do. So I'm going to be fairly busy for the month of December, but I'm also excited. I'm excited to move forward. I am excited for 2023, even though I know it's still going to be hard. I'm excited for the future videos coming out. I'm not going to tell you what they are. I do know that like some of the ideas from this year that I promised you guys are definitely going to carry over. That's not something I've forgotten about. The AuthorTube books are not even at the bottom of my agenda. If anything, they're first. I would like to get Cyborg Tinkerer out first thing. Sometime next year I'm going to be redoing Jenna Moressi's videos so I can just take down the ones that I had made. I know she just got a new book out, Shut Up and Write book. That's going to be a separate video. I also wanted to make a video about Save the Cat, comparing that to like other AuthorTubers books, but that's not going to be until like way after. I have plans. I just don't have the time. I don't have the energy. Unfortunately, I'm hoping this new job gives me back some of that energy, gives me back some of that downtime that I used to have before I was a manager, so I can kind of invest more in writing and invest more in the channel. I'm not even going to try to touch the website until I've got all of this straightened out first. I guess I'll see you at the end of 2022.